First of all, thanks for being part of this video. In this video, we are going to see the concept of time, distance and speed, class 1. In this class, we are going to see the basics, distance constant concept, speed constant concept, time constant, average speed, relative speed. These are the concepts we are going to learn in this topic. Okay. If you are new to my channel, please do like, share and subscribe and click on the bell icon to get instant notification about my videos. Okay, let's start with the concepts. The basic formula for this topic, time, distance and speed, is speed equals to distance by time. By this we can derive distance equals to speed into time and time equals to distance by speed. So these are the three most important formulas we need to remember for this concept. Okay, and one more concept is conversion of kilometers per hour into meters per second. We need 5 by 18. For meters per second to kilometers per hour, we need 18 by 5. What I mean to say is, if a speed is given in kilometers per hour, we need to convert in meters per second. Then we need to multiply this speed with 5 by 18 to get in meters per second. If we have a speed in meters per second and we need to convert in kilometers per hour, then we need to multiply this with 18 by 5. Okay, next let's see the questions to understand this concept. A car is traveling at 180 kilometers in 180 minutes. What is the speed of the car in meters per second? Here question asked is speed of the car, so we need to find the speed. Here we have 180 kilometers divided by 180 minutes. 180 minutes means that 3 hours. Okay, so we have kilometers per hour here, but we need the speed in meters per second. To convert kilometers per hour into meters per second, we'll multiply this with 5 by 18. So the value will be 18 10 times, and we got a 10. 50 times 50 divided by 3. 50 divided by 3, 16 times is 48 and 2/3. This is the speed of the car in meters per second. Okay, next let's see second question. A man traveled 180 kilometers in 4 hours. Find the speed of the man in meters per second. Here we need to find the speed. Speed equals to distance 180 kilometers per 4 hours, but we need in meters per second. So for meters per second we multiply this with the 5 by 18 equals to 18 10 times 2 5 times 5 times is 25. 25 divided by 2 means 12.5 meters per second. So this is the answer. Okay, let's see third question. Convert 90 kilometers per hour into meters per second. So 90 into to convert in meters per second, we need to multiply this with 5 by 18. 18 5 times. 5 times is 25. 25 meters per second is our answer. Okay, let's see fourth question. A train travels 82.6 kilometers per hour. How many meters will it travel in 15 minutes? Okay, here it is kilometers per hour means speed. So per hour, in an hour we have 60 minutes. For 60 minutes the train travels 82.6 kilometers. Then the question asked is how many meters will it travel in 15 minutes? For 15 minutes it is in kilometers. Let's convert this in meters. Is this one is in meters. Okay, now for 60 minutes this meters is covered by train. For 15 minutes we need to find 4 times 4, 2 times 0 times, and 6 times is 24, and left with 2. So this is the answer. So for 15 minutes it can travel 20650 meters. This is the answer. Okay, let's see fifth question. How many minutes does Aditya take to cover a distance of 400 meters if he runs at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour? So speed is given as 20 kilometers per hour. We need to find how many minutes. We need to find the time. Time equals to distance by speed. So time equals to distance given as 400 meters per speed is given as 20 kilometers per hour, but here we have meters, so we are converting kilometers per hour into meters per second by multiplying this 20 with 5 by 18. Okay, 20 20 times this 18 comes in the numerator, so we get t equals to 20 into 18. Wait a second, 5 4 times 4 18 times 72 seconds is the answer. So this is the answer for this question. Let's see second question, sixth question. A cyclist cover a distance of 750 meters in 2 minutes 30 seconds. What is the speed in kilometers per hour of the cyclist? Okay, we need to find the speed in kilometers per hour. In question given as 750 meters and 2 minutes 30 seconds. Okay, 750 meters completed in 2 minutes 30 seconds means for 2 minutes we have 120 seconds, 120 seconds plus 30 seconds, 150 seconds. So what we have is meters per seconds. We need to calculate kilometers per hour means we need to multiply this meters per second into 18 by 5. So 15 5 times this 5 and this 5 cancels. Now we left with 18 kilometers per hour. This is the answer. Next one. A is traveling at 72 kilometers per hour on a highway while B is traveling at a speed of 25 meters per second. This is in meters per second and this is in kilometers per hour. What is the differences in their speeds in meters per second? We need to find the difference of speeds. So first speed is in kilometers per hour. So we are converting it into meters per second by multiplying it with 5 by 18. We get 18 4 times 4 5 times 20 meters per second for this one A. Okay, B travels with 25 meters per second. So the difference between their speeds is 5 meters per second. So this is our answer. Now let's see question number 8. A man covered a distance of 180 kilometers in 4 hours. Okay, on a bike. How much distance will be covered on a bicycle in 8 hours if he rides the bicycle at a speed of at 1/6 the speed of the bike? So what we need to find is we need to find the distance. Distance equals to speed into time, and distance by covering on bicycle. So here time is given as 8 hours. We need to find the speed of the bicycle. Here at the end there is a statement given is he rides the bicycle at 1/6 of the speed of a bike. So 1/6 of a bike speed. Bike is covered 180 kilometers in 4 hours. So it is the speed of the bike 180 divided by 4 kilometers per hour. So here 6 30 times 4 to 2 times to 15 times, so we get 7.5 kilometers per hour for this bicycle speed. So the speed of bicycle is 7.5 kilometers per hour. So distance equals to 7.5 into 8, which will be 7 8 times 56, and half of 4 will 8 will be 4. We get 60 kilometers. Or else simply d equals to s into t. Speed of the bicycle is 1/6 of the speed of this one, 180 divided by 4 into time, which is given as 8 hours. So for 2 times 6, 30 times, which we get 60 kilometers. Uh, this is the solution of our question. Okay, let's see the concept of distance constant concept. By the end of 8 questions, we have completed the most basic questions. Now we are going to see the concept of distance constant concept. Here distance constant means we have speed is inversely proportional to time. This comes from speed equals to distance by time. Here distance constant means speed is inversely proportional to time. Let's start with questions. A man walked at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour from point A to B and comes back from B to A at a speed of 6 kilometers per hour. So we have two speeds, S1 and S2. Okay. What would be the ratio of the time taken by the man in walking from point A to B to the top from B to A? So the question seems in five lines. The question is in 5 lines, but the answer is in only 2 steps. The S1 and S2 speeds given is 4 kilometers per hour and 6 kilometers per hour. Here in our concept, we already said that speed is inversely proportional to time. So speed ratio is in 4 is to 6 means 2 is to 3. Speed ratio is in 2 is to 3. Then time ratio is inversely proportional to speed ratio. So the speed ratio is in 3 is to 2. The question asked is what would be the ratio of the time taken by the man to reach from A to B to the top B to A. So this is the answer. So by watching this question, we can say that the speeds are in ratio of 4 is to 6. So 2 is to 3. Answer is 3 is to 2. Only three steps. Okay. Next, we are going to see one more question of distance constant concept. A train traveled at a speed of 55 kilometers per hour travels from X to Y in 4 hours. If its speed is increased by 5 kilometers per hour, increased by, okay, then the time of the journey is reduced by. First, here we have 55 kilometers per hour speed. Next, the said it if its speed is increased by 5 kilometers per hour means in the second time the speed is increased by 5 means 55 plus 5 will be 60 kilometers per hour. So this is S1 and this is S2. The ratio of these two is 11 is to 12. The ratio is 11 is to 12. So time ratio T1 is to T2 will be 12 is to 11. Here it is said that 55 kilometers travels in 4 hours means 55 kilometers travels in 4 hours. So 12 parts value is nothing but a 4. Then what we need to find is then find the time of the journey is reduced by. Okay. Then what is 11 parts value? 11 parts value is this will be for 3 times. So x value will be 11 by 3. So it takes 11 by 3 hours. Here 4 hours. So what we need to find is find the time of the journey is reduced by. So the time difference between these two. So 4 minus 11 by 3, which is equals to 1/3 hour reduced. 1/3 hour means 20 minutes is reduced. This is the answer. Once again I am going to explain it. Let's see one more time. Here, first initially the speed is 55 kilometers per hour, and in second time the speed is increased by 5 kilometers per hour. Means initially 55, now plus 5 we get a 60 kilometers per hour. So the speed ratio is in 11 is to 12. Okay, we got the speed ratio in 11 is to 12. If it is in 11 is to 12, the time ratio is inversely proportional to speed ratio, so we get a 12 is to 11. Okay, in first question it is in first speed, it is clear that 55 kilometers per hour travels from x to y in 4 hours. So with this speed he covers in 4 hours. So we need to find with this speed in how many hours he can take to complete is need to find. So we have 12 parts value is 4. So then 11 parts value we need to find. So we get x value is 11 by 3. So we get this part's value is 11 by 3 hours. So we have 4 hours and 11 by 3 hours. What we need to find is then the time of the journey is reduced by asking about the difference between these two. 4 minus 11 by 3 will be the 4 times 12, 12 minus 11, 1 by third hour. 1 by third means 20 minutes. So 20 minutes is reduced due to increasing of 5 kilometers per hour speed. Okay, let's see third question. Walking at 5/7 of her usual speed. Let's understand this one. 5/7 of her usual speed. What it means is initially it its speed is 7 units. Now it is 5 units only. So initially 7 units, finally 5 units speed. So this is speed ratio. Speed ratio is 7 is to 5. Initially 7 parts. Now 5 parts. Let's see. Ramya reaches her office 10 minutes later. This is late minutes means time. So time ratio is reciprocal of this one, 5 is to 7. Okay, 5 is to 7 means here we have time difference between these speeds. For these speeds the time difference gap we got is 10 minutes later. So here the difference is 2 parts. 2 parts value is 10 minutes. So 1 part value is 5 minutes. What we need to find is what would be the time taken by her if she travels at her usual speed. So at her usual speed, what is the time he asked. So asking about 5 parts value. 1 part value is 5 minutes. So 5 parts value will be 5 into 5, 25 minutes. So this is the answer. Let's see one more question related to this one, this concept. It takes 7 by 8 of the usual time. It is related to time. Here in this question it is related to speed. Here it is time. So time ratio is initially 8. Now after that it is 7 parts. To cover a distance when the speed of a car is increased by 9 kilometers per hour. So speed ratio is 7 is to 8, and this statement refers to difference between these speeds is 9 kilometers per hour. So the difference between these two is 1 part. 1 part value is 9 kilometers per hour. So question is the usual speed in kilometers per hour is. So asking about 7 parts value. 1 part value is 9 kilometers per hour. So 7 parts value will be 7 into 9, 63 kilometers per hour. This is the answer. Okay, let's see one more question related to that topic. Walking at 7 by 6 of her usual speed. This means speed ratio. Initially 6 parts of speed. Then next 7 parts of speed. So speed are in ratio of 6:7. Kiran reaches her office 5 minutes early. So 5 minutes early, it is talking about time. So time difference is 7:6. The difference between these two is one part. One part value is 5 minutes. So what would be the time taken by her if she travels at her usual speed? Usual speed is this one. So asking about the time taken by her to travel with his usual speed. So talking about to find a 7 parts value. 7 parts value means 7 into 5. 35 is the answer. Okay. Now we are going to see question number 6. A boy walking at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour reaches his school 20 minutes late. Next time he increases his speed by 5 kilometers per hour, but still he is late by 10 minutes. So the concept here we are going to learn is late and late concept. Let's see what we need to do is here we have initially he travels with 15 kilometers per hour. So speed S1 is 15 kilometers per hour. 15 kilometers per hour. Okay. Next time he increases his speed by 5 kilometers per hour. So it is 15 initially. Now plus 5 will be 20 kilometers per hour. So these are the speeds. So speeds are in the ratio of 3 is to 4. 5 3 times, 5 4 times. So the time ratio is reciprocal of these two. So 4 is to 3 is the time ratio. Here we have two times 20 minutes late and 10 minutes later. So the difference between these two, what we need to do is if we have late and late, we need to subtract these. We need to difference see the difference between these two, which means 20 minus 10 will be 10. So the difference between 4 is to 3 means one part value is difference between these two 10 minutes. So if we see a concept of late and late, we use minus, subtract these two times. Okay, if we see early and early, we use the same minus, but if we see late and early or early and late, we need to add those times. Okay, so in this case we have late and late, we are doing minus of minus. So 20 minus 10 means we get 10 minutes. Okay, one part value is 10 minutes. So 4 parts value is 40 minutes. 3 parts value is 30 minutes. What is the question asked? Find the distance of his school from his house. Asking about the distance. Distance is equals to speed into time. So we have two types of speeds and two types of time. Let's take one of these. 15 40 times 40 minutes 15 kilometers per hour into this is in minutes, so we are converting them into seconds. So we get 40 by 60. 15 4 times 4 10 times. So the distance we got is 10 kilometers. We take these two as the speed and time. If we take the same other two, we get the same. 20 into 30 divided by 60, we get 32 times to 10 times. So one of the speed and time we need to take from these two. Okay, so the distance is 10 kilometers. Let's see one more question related to this topic. A worker reaches his factory 3 minutes late. Here it is late. His speed from his house is 5 kilometers per hour. So speed S1 is 5 kilometers per hour. if he walks at a speed of 6 kilometers per hour, in second time he walks at 6 kilometers per hour, then he reaches the factory 7 minutes early. Here we have early and here we have late, so these are in opposite, so we are adding the time. 7 plus 3, 10 minutes. Time difference is 10 minutes, so the time ratio is 6 is to 5. Difference between these two is one part, so one part value is 10 minutes, means 6 parts value will be 60 minutes, 5 parts value will be 50 minutes. Now the question asked is uh, the distance of the factory from his house is, asking about find the distance. So distance equals to speed into time. We have speed 5 kilometers per hour into, this is minutes, so into 60 minutes. This is in kilometers, kilometers per hour, and this is in minutes. Converting them into hours, so we need to divide with the 61 times, and we got this is in hours, so hours and hours cancel, we get a 5 kilometers. Answer is 5 kilometers. Let's take we have taken these two, let's take these 6 into 50 minutes divided by, converting the minutes into hours means divided by 60, 6 10 times and 10 5 times, 5 kilometers. So either one of these two we take and find the distance. Let's see the final question in this topic. uh, in this topic, distance constant. Let's see this one. Excluding stoppages, speed of the train is 40 kilometers per hour, and including stoppages, speed of the train is 29 kilometers per hour. So speeds are 40 kilometers per hour and 29 kilometers per hour. These are the two speeds we have. So the time ratio will be inversely proportional, means 29 is to 40. Here the question asked is, how many minutes does a train stops per hour? So asking about train stops means we'll take the difference between these two, which will be 11 parts. 11 divided by, talking about stops, if it stops means the speed will decreases. Speed decreases means we are taking a higher value in the denominator. This is in minutes, these are in minutes. So if these are in minutes, then we need to multiply that with 60 to get in hours. So this will be 0 0 cancel, 2 times and 3 times. 33 divided by 2 means 16.5 minutes. So for an hour it stops for 16.5 minutes. By this we have completed the basics of time and distance concept and distance constant concept. So this is the class 1. In the next upcoming classes we are going to see time constant and speed constant concepts plus average speed concept in the next upcoming classes. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you are new to my channel, please do like, share and subscribe, and click on the bell icon to get instant notification about my videos. Thanks for watching.